Thank you, everybody. I am looking forward to talking to you tonight about libraries as servant leaders, about how libraries, their role, we tend to lead from our values. The things that libraries value, that's what makes us want to accomplish things. Our values weren't always what they are now. We used to be about keeping the books, and only in the late 1950s did we really start to think of ourselves as a service industry. Prior to that, we were really just about preservation. Interestingly enough, also in the late 1950s, Robert Greenleaf, who was a trainer at Bell, started to distill down an idea of leadership as a form of service. That leadership is ultimately based in altruism. And to find yourself as a leader is to find ways of servicing those who are least privileged in society, to find ways of benefiting them. That speaks to me as a librarian, and it speaks to the best librarians that I know. And so in 2002, when Larry Spears distilled that down into 10 characteristics of servant leaders, those really are library values. And so tonight I'm going to talk about what libraries throughout the state of Oklahoma are doing and how those values kind of frame this discussion. So listening, empathy, healing, you don't think of these as being library things, right? You think of these as being, what, spirituality or even healthcare. On my campus at OU-Tulsa, we have the Morning Crest Health Library run by Ruth Neal. She helps people, patients and family members, better understand their health conditions. You know, a doctor or nurse might only have 5 minutes to explain somebody's condition to them. She can take the time and work with them. 1 in 5 Oklahomans has lower literacy issues. For her to be able to work through those issues takes patience, kindness, and resolve, all of which she demonstrates daily. Awareness, building community. Cute kid, by the way, right? Is about finding diversity in your community and bringing it in. I really can't have this conversation without pointing out Deborah Hunter. The Tulsa City County Library, please, has a social worker who comes in 4 days a week to work with the homeless, to help them find food and shelter and mental health care. This is an amazing service in consultation and work with the Family and Children's Services of Tulsa. Additionally, Tulsa City County Library is doing summer lunch program again this year, along with the summer reading program and all the other amazing things that they do to reach out to the community and try to make a difference. Next up, conceptualization, foresight. How do you work with an information ecosystem that's constantly changing to figure out what the future of information is going to look like and take us there? In Oklahoma, we have a utility called Share OK. It's a joint effort between OU and OSU, go Pokes, and contains free textbooks, theses and dissertations that have been written by all of the graduates from the university programs in Oklahoma, and tons of special collection materials. Bartlesville's Library of Things. They operate from the vote of why buy what you can borrow. Cake pans, musical instruments. That last thing there is a clothes steamer. Basically anything you could possibly need. Oh, and they'll try to add things too. Stewardship is about preserving the past to bring it into the future. My best example of this is Oklahoma State University's oral history program, where they're going all throughout the state, finding important change makers in the state of Oklahoma, and sometimes unsung ones, and recording their thoughts, their ideas for posterity. They've got 2 programs in particular I thought this group might like. One is the Oklahoma Women's Hall of Fame, where all inductees to the Women's Hall of Fame, they're trying to get interviews with those women and make certain that those are captured for all time. And Dear Oklahoma, a podcast of Oklahoma writers and poets. Commitment to the growth of people is also kind of self-explanatory. We do a lot of this. Tulsa City County Library does a lot of this with homework help and research. But my best example of this is actually Caitlin Seagraves, who's operating the camera back there, and her digital literacy lab, which, by the way, won this year for ALA's Library of the Year Award 2019. And she helps people cross that digital divide. That's just my email address because it's short and it rhymes, and I love celebrating libraries. And I get the impression that you guys do too. So if you need anything about libraries, please give me a shout. Thank you very much for your time tonight.